Alright, Jill, we're having a look at your running from the rear view, and I've already fast forwarded to frames 293 to 296, and we're going to look at that really closely. What you can see here is that I'm not yet at where both knees touch, so I'm going to try and get it to that frame there. So I'm going to slowly get you to that frame. And from this frame, as you can see, both knees are really close together. So when I use laser pointer, I just want to show you here that your both knees are together, so that means that this hip is actually dropping. Now if we take the angle measurement of that hip dropping right now, we can line up a line here, get a straight line, and then I'm going to line it up with your greater trochanter, or the hip bone right over here. And we see it's about approximately, but I would say 18, anywhere between 18 to 19 degrees. And that's actually considerable hip drop on your right side. The reason why you're experiencing that right hip drop is because your left muscle here on this area of your gluteus area is actually very weak. And that's what causes your hip to come in inwards, and you might even see sometimes you'll see an external rotation or a turning outward of the foot as a result. Now if we also look at the left side, let me just erase that last bit here, and I'm going to fast forward to the next frame. So I'm trying to get the knees together once again. And as you can see on this frame, it's not as bad. The knees don't come as close together in this frame as much. There's a little bit of room in there, so it's not as bad on this side. However, if we also look at your hips, and if we're looking at pelvic stability, what you're seeing is that there's a little bit of drop on this side, possibly because of weakness on this side of your hip. So what I'm going to do is measure that angle once again. And it's about a 16 degrees drop. So this doesn't seem to be as bad as the other side. And as you can also see here, your foot is actually a lot straighter when it's not weight bearing as opposed to the other foot. Now also what we can see here, and just really quickly, I'm also going to check to see your overpronation here. So you got this foot over here and weight bearing, and actually let me take that back real quick. I am going to line this up like that, and I'm going to line up another angle here, straight, and I am going to measure that angle. And you got about a 7 degrees of overpronation on this side, which isn't too bad. A greater than 15 degrees of overpronation would mean that it would be significant, so it doesn't look that bad there. However, if we go to the next side, and I'm going to really do this quickly here. I'm going to make a vertical line here like that. And I'm going to choose another line, lining it up with the bottom of your leg. And I'm going to take that angle measurement. And you can see that's about 15 degrees. So I am going to say that you might want to try and line your left leg up a little bit more underneath your hip to prevent this overpronation angle occurring on your left foot. We mentioned that also on the anterior view as well. So keep in mind of those two things, and your hip drop, and you'll be okay.